that end, Mr. President, let's talk about the city-county merger. Why would you support it or why would you not support it? What's your opinion of that?
I think number one, to be honest with you, number one, I just think it's a pipe dream. I just think it's a pipe dream. And if you take a look at, certain cities out in the county that tried to merge, right? What was it? Clayton and Richmond Heights. Clayton and Richmond Heights. When Clayton and Richmond Heights tried to come together, they threw the mayor of Richmond Heights out, right? I think it's going to take some time for us to get there, but here's what I think we need to do.
Well, actually,
we can begin to do things right now to prepare for it, right? We can do cooperative agreements right now. We can do a cooperative agreement with public safety departments. We can do a cooperative agreement with our health departments, all the way down the line. Our development agencies right now. And here's what we have to do. We have to do it in a very public way, so that people understand what we're doing. They understand that we have these cooperative agreements. They see where we started, and they see where we're going. And then they can track the cost savings down the road. They see what worked, what didn't work. And then maybe you go a year or two like that, and then show people that the world didn't end. And then you can begin to soften the beachhead for it. And the reason I say it's pipe dream is this. That's probably a little extreme to say it's a pipe dream. I think it is a tall task to pull off. Because during Dooley's last election, the number one thing that his opponent used against him was, you want to merge the city with the county. And when they did that, Dooley said, I never said I want to merge the city with the county. Any elected official in the county, if they don't want the people to mobilize against them, they're going to have to take that position. The other opportunity is this. We know Dooley is going to run again for office. If he decides not to run again after he gets elected this time, that would be a time where maybe the politics would be right and you can get somebody like a Dooley to really stand to drive and get that thing done. But here's what we need to do on our part of the city. We cannot come to the table with our hat in our hand like we already do. We tried to give the county our health department about 6 months ago. 6 months ago, they took a look at it and they said, no, we don't want any part of it. Because you have too many problems in your health department for us to mess with. We don't even want to talk to you. And that was Dr. Gunn. I think that was a very smart position on her side, because she's right. We have some major problems within our health department, and we have to get our house in order downtown. Once we get our house in order, then we can come to the table as two adults, and we can sit with them and say, this is what we're looking for. What would you like to? And begin to negotiate this thing out in a real way. Plus, you look across the county, 90-some-odd municipalities. I mean, they need to begin to try to bring some of those municipalities together also. I know a lot of people have said, well, if we merge with the county, we could drop our crime stats, and we look better. I don't really care, to be honest with you, I don't really care that we look better if 17 people within the boundaries of the city of St. Louis still just got shot dead on the streets of the city of St. Louis. I'm not in this to have a cool-looking statistic when we're still burying babies. It cannot be about that. It has to be about, okay, how can, at the end of the day, how can we do a better job of attracting businesses? How can we do a better job of retaining companies? How can we do a better job of providing services for the people who live in the city and town? And if we're not doing that, it's just slow dancing or whatever. And let me just sum it up this way. The pipe dream part of it comes from here. If you're in the county and you're looking at the city, and I mean, we all have to be honest with ourselves. The county and everybody else is looking at the same thing we see on the news and TV and everything else also. And I don't think the Republicans in the county are really fired up to bring 185,000 registered Democrats onto the tax rolls anytime soon. And I think that really, in terms of the politics of it all, superheats it. And I think that when you look at why Dooley had to walk away from it, he had to walk away from it because of political survival. So, again, if he doesn't plan on running again, that'd be a perfect opportunity, because then he can ante up the political capital that it would take to get it done.